What's going on, guys? This is Rob, and I thought it'd be fun to do a Daredevil Easter eggs kind of thing, and I've never done this before. I've never actually done an Easter egg video, and so I'm actually kind of excited. I'm kind of excited to see how this will turn out, but what I'm going to do here is I'm basically going to go over a series of Easter eggs I found. There may be more that other people are aware of, but these are the ones that stood out most to me. So jumping into our list in the number one spot is the incident that's referred to in Daredevil. Now we know this incident is some kind of an event that had taken place before Daredevil had started. And what we know is that this is the result of Avengers number 1. This is the result of the battle in New York. We know this because there are several occasions when Ben Urich, the reporter, is looking through various things, or we simply just get a shot of him in his office, and we see a reference to the Battle of New York, to the event whereby Loki had attempted to invade the planet Earth and take over using the Chitaurian army. And so this seems to be what it is that they're referring to. And this is really cool because, again, it just takes some time to remind us that Daredevil is sharing a universe with everything else. While Daredevil is happening, there's still a litany of other things that are happening. Captain America's doing his thing. Tony Stark's doing his thing, Thor, the Incredible Hulk, and so on, Black Widow, Hawkeye, they're all out doing their own thing while Daredevil's taking place, and so it helps to keep things in perspective. The next Easter egg on our list is Crusher Creel, the Absorbing Man, and this was actually really cool to me. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Crusher Creel is a long-standing character. He actually appeared in Journey into Mystery, issue number 114, and he was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Now, Crusher Creel, as the Absorbing Man, can basically, turn his body into a form of any material that he can absorb. Any kind of steel, metal, iron, anything. It really doesn't matter what it is. The result is that he is virtually unstoppable if he absorbs the right kind of material. But the other cool thing here is that in the Daredevil series, we of course know that Jack Murdock had gone on to fight Crusher Creel, and that was the fight that he didn't throw, which ultimately resulted in his death. But Crusher Creel also appeared in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and we know that he appeared as one of the people who was assigned to track down and was successfully able to do so in capturing the obelisk, which of course we would know would later go on to discover that it housed one of the Terrigen crystals, which is what turned Skye, or I guess allowed Skye to develop her inhuman powers. But again, much like our Avengers Easter egg, this pretty much reminds us that all this takes place in a shared universe, that all this stuff is going on at the exact same time. The next Easter egg we have here is Melvin Potter. Now, Melvin Potter was the guy who designed the suit for Daredevil. He was actually the guy that Daredevil had pursued after learning that some kind of special material was woven into the fabric of Kingpin's outfits in order to keep him safe from any kind of daggers or presumably even bullets. But Gladiator, or I guess Melvin Potter, had first appeared in Daredevil issue number 18, and he was created by Stan Lee and John Romita Sr. In addition to this, he would actually undertake the mantle of Gladiator and effectively become a criminal for hire, but what would ultimately happen is that he would initially begin to confront Daredevil, but then would actually turn coat and become an ally of Daredevil for quite some time. The next person, or I guess the next Easter egg, which I don't really think is more of an Easter egg as opposed to a direct reference, but this is the character of Rosario Dawson of Claire Temple. And Rosario Dawson is literally a night nurse. Now, the Night Nurse was a 4-issue limited series that ran between 1972 and 1973, and this basically told us how it was that various superheroes were being patched up at night whenever it was they went into battle. And so for those of you guys who are always wondering, where does Captain America go whenever he gets injured? Where is it that Daredevil goes? Where is it that a lot of these superheroes, these ground level superheroes, go whenever they get hurt and they can't go to a traditional hospital? This is it. They go to characters like Claire Temple, who again are night nurses that patch these superheroes up. So the next Easter egg, and this was actually a pretty big one, and one that I was a little disappointed with. This is Ben Urich. Now, Ben Urich is a wildly important character in the realm of Marvel Comics. I really can't state how important he is. He is a character that appeared in Daredevil issue number 153. This was his introduction to Marvel Comics. Now, much like we saw in the TV show, I guess Ben Urich's first real assignment was an expose, I guess, on the Kingpin proper, which basically exposed the Kingpin. That's what made people aware of the fact that the Kingpin was a criminal. But more so than this, Ben Urich actually went on to do the same thing with Green Goblin, with Norman Osborn, and he was also, alongside Sally Floyd, one of the reporters for Civil War, as part of the Civil War Frontline series that gave us the perspective of Civil War from a journalist standpoint. Now, we saw, of course, during Civil War that Ben Urich was confronted by Green Goblin, which was a return to the kind of exposés and the things like that Ben Urich had done on the Green Goblin. But the fact remains that Ben Urich would have been a great character that Marvel could have used to effectively segue Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But because of the fact that Ben Urich has died in the Daredevil series, we won't really see this opportunity. And so again, it's a little bit of a disappointment here. The next Easter egg is the character of Elektra. And the reason why I say Elektra is an Easter egg here is because we get this extremely small, tiny little reference that not a lot of people knew. And we found that Foggy Nelson had reference to Matt Murdock about a Greek girl they knew in college and what it was that had ever happened to her. Now, Elektra was Greek. She was born on a Greek island. But more so than that, she had been trained. She had operated with the hand. She had also become an assassin of the Kingpin and one of the foremost villains and enemies of Daredevil, ultimately to find herself killed by Bullseye during Frank Miller's run of Daredevil. But this was a really, really great reference here because Elektra would be a fantastic character to bring into the Netflix TV series, especially if they intend on keeping the series dark. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this Easter egg video. If you guys found any other Easter eggs, let me know. Post down in the description or down in the comment section. Let me know what you found, because I'd love to see what else you guys spotted for the things that I didn't see. With that being said, I will catch you guys later. Peace. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. There you can keep up with all the updates from Comics Explained and talk to me directly.